And that's James's soup. And he's having sandwiches and some chocolate smoothie. I'm having a smoothie and some of the sushi like that. And we're going to talk about Cold War, which got top of the stack. It was awesome. And these other movies. So, I guess we'll get going on that. We have quite a stack for you today.
Yeah, I should have brought in that Bible thing. We finished going through the Bible.
Yeah, we did, but we can talk about that when we do our next Waterton junk food picnic, because that's when we have been talking about the Bible.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So, anyway, oh, I forgot to show you my outfit for today. This is it.
Is that a recent acquisition?
Yes, I was telling James, like, when I come home from the MCC thrift store, and I get so I got this dress for $2, and when I come home from there, I think, gosh, you know, are my tastes clownish? I never know, right, whether, but anyway, I like the bright colors. I don't think the Oriental poppies are blooming yet, but that'll be nice when they are. Nice to wear this one. Anyway.
That's right, they're a little bit later.
Okay.
For some reason or other, when you said Oriental, and then a flower that started with P, I was thinking of peonies, and I think some of them are.
You went for the egg salad first. Oh, because you don't like it.
I like egg salad. Okay. But I find that when I'm eating food, and there's egg on the agenda, I like it to deal with it first.
Yeah, we got those sandwiches for free yesterday when we went to the they have this thing in the Eagle's Nest in that part of the library on the third Thursday of every month at 1:00 p.m. and they cater it well, I have to say. So if you're looking for a lovely meal at 1:00, third Thursday, Public Library in Lethbridge.
Yeah,
so
I didn't go there for the meal.
No,
I went there
wanted
for the lecture.
He wanted to hear what somebody had to say, and
turns out
he probably won't want to again. Anyway,
I'm not going to talk about that.
So I'm going to take some of the things out of here. So I'm going to take Scream and the Mortuary Collection out of there, so you can see where I put them in the stack. I put them above Rage Against the Machine and
oh my God, yeah,
below
you got to review
Nuremberg.
that.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know if I should have put Rage Against the Machine as high as I did. Like, I don't know if you would have put that Vacuuming Completely Nude in Paradise above it or below it.
I would have put it above it.
Okay, well then I'll change that. So that's going to be above Rage Against the Machine. But honestly, I think the other two deserve to be below it. We have some really great stuff on the top. And
what are the other two below?
Well, there's Vanquish, which was that thing with Morgan Freeman. That's right at the bottom.
Holy smokes, that's
And
one of the worst movies
Firestarter
ever, folks.
I mean, why redo Firestarter if you're not going to do it better? Why remake it? That's terrible.
You liked it the first time out, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I'm a Stephen King fan, and that one dragged. And anyway, we'll get to that. So
It didn't drag that much for me. I think I slept too much.
So this is Scream 7. I didn't realize they'd made that many.
Oh, that's where that mask comes from. That's it.
Yep.
I don't know if I've ever seen one of those other too.
Huh. Okay. Well, I didn't realize there were this many, so I probably haven't seen all of them. But this one was, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know about how it ends up, whatever. Especially right at the ending, a little bit happy families for me. There should have been something like, oh, is it done? You know, like, but
cliffhanger at the end.
Yeah,
tune
there
in
should
next
have been
time.
something like that, but there wasn't. I liked seeing Courtney Cox again. Don't see her very much. There were some jokes about
About Friends?
Well, no, about like has-been actors or whatever trying to make a comeback and it doesn't work out or whatever. Like,
Wow.
so that was
sounds
pretty
kinda
funny.
cruel. Well,
Yeah, well, whatever.
guys like Seth Rogen would be able to take it. Now, she's off of Friends. She was the dark-haired one?
Yes,
Okay.
and I remember watching Friends and watching her getting slim, more and more skinny. Wow, she's still really, really slim. And she looks like she's had some work done. She looks great though.
Facially.
But anyway, yeah, I remember when I was in junior high school, there was a French instructor who came in to teach us. It was her first year, and I don't think she came back. I felt so bad for her. She was lovely. And she had been a cheerleader for, I think, the I wanted to say Edmonton Eskimos. Anyway, she was beautiful, really skinny, and there were all sorts of. She was big up top, you know, and so, but probably artificial, right? Junior high. I think it was in grade 7 at the time, maybe grade 8, but I'm not sure. Anyway, and she was a very nice lady, and anyway, so there were all sorts of, all the guys, the girls felt threatened by her because she was so beautiful, so they didn't want to like her. And then
is that true?
Yeah, and then the guys,
yes.
They were inappropriate with her. I don't.
Oh my God!
Like, rumors went around, like, because she'd wear smart-looking suits, you know, a dress skirt kind of thing, but it was tight, and you could see her figure, and she looked great. And one of the guys had pinched her bottom, and I guess it was not bum; it was like a padding thing. So the top might have been enhanced surgically or not, but the curves weren't real. And when you're that thin, the curves aren't real, right? I don't know about Courtney Cox. I don't know. I mean, she used to have this size of boob, but then she got thinner. Maybe she enhanced the boob to be the same size as they had been before she was thinner. Can't say. But boy, did I ever feel bad for that French teacher. You know, I asked her. I told her about the rumor that the guys were saying that she had, and that one of them, and she was like, well, what do you think? Is that appropriate that guy did that to me? You know, or is it appropriate that they're talking about it? And I was like, you know, I didn't think so. And after that, I don't think she came back. I think she was there for 1 year, and I hope she's okay, because she was a lovely person.
Bums. You should get pinched by the police.
Yeah, but they were kids. What do you do? What do you do with the kids?
Well, you take them into court.
To talk to their parents, and I mean, the whole, it was going around the whole, at least our class. I don't know about other classes, like other grades. Boy, oh boy. Anyway, I don't know how I got off onto that.
Actually, don't.
Yeah, but boy, somebody's having fun with the chainsaw today. Anyway, there were some scary parts, some funny parts, and I really like how this started out. Very good. And maybe the ending not as much, but there were some things that it's like, okay, yeah, that doesn't really work, you know, even though. But anyway, I'm competing with a chainsaw here. I'm very sorry. At least it's a horror movie review that I'm competing with a chainsaw.
You should be doing a review of Texas Chainsaw.
I should, yeah. Yeah, apparently there's a 3D version I never saw.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Have you ever watched something in 3D?
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, probably about 1. Anyway, so I'm gonna take vacuuming Completely Nude in Paradise out of there. Camera work was dreadful. They were trying to do something creative and not so much. The comedy was interesting enough and the acting was well enough.
Poor comedy.
Yeah, but I think it was a little bit not so great at the end. I don't know what you thought
I didn't
about
like
the
the
ending.
ending.
Yeah,
I can't imagine a guy like that committing. Okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Committing
yeah, you
suicide.
did it.
Oh, it doesn't
Well,
matter,
I think so, but we don't know exactly what happened there.
I guess.
Yeah. He could have just had a heart attack or whatever when he was being all excited and throwing
no, he
tantrum.
didn't.
I don't think he really committed.
He didn't commit suicide. So I take that spoiler alert out.
Yeah.
You see what happened. Firestarter. Now I'm getting bad.
Yeah,
memories.
this is dreadful.
I
So-
watched part of it. I slept through it.
Yeah. I guess they wanted to get a girl that looked something like Drew Barrymore when she was young, and they kind of worked out with that.
You're kidding. Okay.
She's a bit older here than I think Drew Barrymore was when she did this. But yeah, I didn't care for it. It really dragged. It felt like it was 3 hours long, and it wasn't long at all. It was just it was the regular hour and a half sort of thing. But wow,
Yikes.
this was dreadful.
That's the ultimate taste test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feels it's twice as
And
long.
Vanquish, talk about long. When you're writing, this is supposed to be some sort of a thriller thing or whatever. It says genre action thriller.
Not
Nope.
enough action and definitely not enough thrills.
No, it's slow.
Static.
Yeah. So when you're making an action thing, it's got to be fast. There's too much talking on the cell phone. There's too much this and that.
Oh my God.
Scenes from far back and whatever. It's better to have the close stuff with the action, and it's got to be fast. There's only
even when
enough
it's
content
fast-
here for maybe a half an hour show or something for an action. It's not an action thriller. This
And
is boring.
What these folks got to
Terrible.
realize is
And the acting's bad.
action or movement is
The
relative.
writing's bad. Everything's bad about that.
You can show someone speeding along on a motorcycle, and you've got the camera on the person, on the face of the woman. It doesn't. You don't get any sense of speed. She could just be sitting there, and bike around. That's not exciting. They did the same thing when she jumped into a car. Spoiler alert. And they did it was again and again. It was like a refrain. You know, here we go again. She's in a motorcycle, on a motorcycle, and stuff like that. So I've got to check if Ruby Rose is an MMA artist. Oh my God. She's been in a lot of things. Resident Evil, the final chapter. Well, 2 things. Chapter 2. We maybe see her there.
Yeah. She shouldn't act. It's really bad.
She shouldn't
because
try to act.
She shouldn't try to act if she can't act.
No. Horrible stuff.
I mean, I suspect that Morgan Freeman agreed to do this show because, well, honestly, maybe the world of movie makers, maybe they've finally figured out he's a bad actor and maybe he can't get jobs better than this, but he probably agreed to do it because he could film it right in his own home and like not have to interact with anyone else. They could do all of his takes in like one afternoon or evening or whatever, basically. Because a lot of it's on the phone. People talking on the phone. And man, oh man, that's annoying.
They launched in when you were about 5 minutes in.
I know. So,
They're nice neighbors.
yeah, I know. So yeah,
And I've
he's
had mediocre
talking to her.
neighbors and I've had bad neighbors.
He's
At
in her
least
ear,
there's some of this.
right? While she's on the motorbike, and he's like, "Turn left," and it's like, she would have a better view of what's going on unless he's watching from like a satellite camera and can see exactly, oh yeah, there's a traffic jam ahead or whatever in real time somehow.
So he's guiding her every misstep.
Yeah, which is so stupid. Unless he's looking from a satellite, or he's somehow online and he's looking at the maps and he's like, oh yeah, this is some area where you can get through with a motorcycle that they won't be able to chase
That would have been realistic.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
But this is ridiculous, the way it's set up. It's
okay, take a turn here.
Stupid. So we're going to talk about Rage Against the Machine, which is, I thought this would be bottom of the stack for sure. I couldn't have imagined that there would be a couple below it. There's, this was terrible. The one guy had a guitar that said, "Arm the homeless." Newsflash, I mean, you guys
Just
Rage Against the Machine. You might not realize the homeless are armed. They have knives. Like, I live downtown in Lethbridge, so I know sometimes you'll find their knives. Sometimes there will be a knife fight in my neighbor's yard or something like that. They're armed. I mean, you Rage Against the Machine musical artists, you probably came from like an upper middle class family background, each of you, and you have no idea that you don't know anything about the homeless. Arm the homeless. Ridiculous. Get a life.
Tell the guy on the left to pull his pants up and at least wear some underwear.
Yeah. And this isn't music, it's bad. I guess they obviously had a lot of fans in Brazil in 2010 anyway.
Where is that, St. Paul?
Because they kept panning back and showing, look at how many fans, you know, look at all the people.
They got their cell phones out.
Yeah, whatever. It's terrible. I don't have anything to say about that. So, do you want to try to fight with the chainsaw to talk about Cold War in Nuremberg? Cold War was awesome. There's subtitles, it's in black and white. Oh, it says Polish, Croatian, Russian, German, Italian, and French. I didn't know that.
Up for some of those.
Yeah.
Zimna Wojna. Zimna is winter. I guess they call that winter war in Polish. I think Zimna is winter. Wojna is definitely war. Anyway, yeah, about halfway through I said to Paul, I didn't even realize this was in black and white. And usually that kind of bugs me. Unless it was back in the day before. But to practice my Polish, half a dozen words a little bit quite similar in Russian. Spoken. You see, anyway, it's pretty well done. And it kind of follows the arc of the Cold War.
Yeah. And interesting because it's based on the guy's parents.
It's dedicated to him, it says.
Yeah.
Inspired by the story of his own parents. Good acting. Can't fault the directing or the camera work or anything like that. It comes somewhat recommended. What is it, 88 minutes? It's about an hour. It gets things done, says a few things, shows a few things, so it's realistic.
Very recommended by me.
This one comes recommended too, and I don't recommend a lot of movies too.
They did a great job. Who would have thought that that would be interesting, the subject matter, Nuremberg, whatever.
Nuremberg Crossing.
Yeah.
So I didn't look at the box or anything like that. I wasn't looking at the opening credits. About, was it 20 minutes in? I said, it might have been longer than that, half an hour. I said, I didn't know that was Russell Crowe. That's his first name.
You did a great job.
Awesome. He's one of the best actors out there.
You did a great job.
He plays different roles. He's generally playing people that aren't that nice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he played Steve Nash, the mathematician, very different role than spoiler alert, he's playing Herman Goering. Very different role. And you know, you got the sense that Herman Goering was a dangerous guy, and really not that stupid. He was a sick fellow. Someone like Hitler was sick, and given his pretensions, he was pretty stupid too.
Mm-hmm.
So Herman Goering was one of the few establishment figures who got involved with the Nazi Party early on. I think that he was saying that he was actually injured in the Munich beer hall putsch back in 1922. Dates do go back that far. See, my mom was born. And but he'd been an established World War I fighter pilot, done very well. He didn't set any records. And I don't know. I don't know what he's doing hanging with them. The other guy was Ludendorff, and he might have been from Ludendorff, but I wouldn't have been surprised if Ludendorff was an aristocrat or at least a piano. Same thing with Herman Goering. So Ludendorff co-led the German armies in World War I, at least towards the end of it. And when he was marching down the streets of Munich, the main street or wherever it was outside the beer hall, and they were going to overthrow Germany, I guess, from Munich. Not a great plan. Ludendorff just kept on marching. All the soldiers started taking fire. The soldiers defending the German Republic. And Ludendorff, and a lot of people are saying, well, he's really great, but it was just, he figured that none of his troops, former troops or whatever, would shoot on him. That's right. It looks as though they shot at Herman Goering. All the other Nazis, I don't know how many died, not enough, but whatever. You know, I found the character, so spoiler alert, the character of the psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever it is, dealing with Herman Goering, almost impossible to take. And for a while I was thinking it was lousy acting.
Somebody ate all I'm going to have to put more seeds out. Go ahead.
Lousy acting.
They liked the pistachios, just so you know. They ate the pistachios.
Who wouldn't eat the pistachios? So pretty well the only option. But then you start to realize that he's unbalanced. So spoiler alert. I'm not going to say how he ended up or anything like that. You know, he's showing drinking a lot, chain smoking, stuff like that. So that's the psychologist who's helping handle Herman Goering. I thought the guy that played the American prosecutor did good work. The guy who played the English prosecutor did good. Very different roles. And I love the American general responsible for who he's portrayed responsible for the Nazis in custody. Now, you know, the Allies were very, 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 very generous with Nazis. They should have wiped out all this initial trial, I think, involved 22. I think at least 2 of them weren't given the death penalty. Fritz von Papen and another guy, not Julius Schreiker. He I think went to the hangman. Richly deserved. I mean, I don't believe in the death penalty, but if anyone deserved it, and people deserved it, it was the leaders of the Nazi Party, also the leaders of World War II, Japan, World War roots, stuff like that. And I think, again, in the case of Japan, they didn't kill enough of them. But luckily enough, they killed enough so that they weren't able to make a revival. Now, of course, with the European Union's suicidal, basically, immigration policies, Nazi type parties going to come to the food. You're just feeding the frenzy. And the big trouble is, enough people, like there was someone attacked in Ireland. Hopefully they survived by some idiot from the Sudan. And there were at least 2 days of rioting and burning and stuff like that. Destruction is way worse than just rioting. I don't believe in rioting. There's a beef, especially when there's even when there's a legitimate beef. The Irish have a legitimate beef. People in Europe have a legitimate beef about not every immigrant, but the type of immigrants that are being allowed in. Some would be okay. Europe doesn't need any more people. I don't know what the unemployment rate is there. People keep saying here in Canada, some people thoroughly benighted, very misguided, that we need people from elsewhere because we've got not enough people to fill jobs available, and that's just a lie. Just because they believe it doesn't mean it's true. It's one of the most insidious lies going, which is the lie of self-deception. They fool themselves and then they try to fool everyone else. There's a 6.6, last time I heard, % unemployment rate in Canada. And for youth, I don't know what age that's under, 21, 20, 19. There's a 15% unemployment rate. Those numbers are unacceptable. Unacceptable. We're letting in lots of people who are basically unemployable in Canada. Okay, how much time? 2 minutes?
A minute. So I put the chickweed in there. If you're wanting to get something healthy, you're planting your seedlings now. You're probably, if you're in Lethbridge, you're not finding chickweed in your yard. Now, like just growing there, but if you buy seedlings or something like that, you might find them in a pot. They're edible, they're good, eat them. So are violets.
I'll be eating those a little bit later. I ate quite fully.
Yeah. And the reason I put the bread bowl in the bowl is because I accidentally popped the bottom.
You popped the bottom?
I popped the bottom when I was taking out the bread.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, it's kind of like double bagging.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah.
Oh well, so you have 15 seconds.
15 seconds, just tune in next time. NIV, New International Version.
Yes.
Holy Bible.
Well, if not next time we go to Waterton. We'll review it.
I'll try to get through all 1,000 pages or whatever.
All right.